Hey there everyone, Tiffany Quinn here, and this is our upper body strength and shoulder mobility workout. Through today's routine, I'll be helping you build lean muscle definition within your back, your chest, your triceps, and shoulders, as well as improving the mobility in your shoulder adduction using a combined dumbbell strength and Kinstretch mobility training. The only equipment you need for today's workout is a set of light to medium weights for your upper body. And for your reference, I'll be using my 5-pound set of weights today, and I'll also be trying out a new adjustable dumbbell set sent to me from Flybird Fitness, which I have set for 15 pounds each. Now before we get started, just do me a favor and smash that thumbs up button for me, subscribe to the channel for a new routine every week, and let's go ahead and get into it. What's up everybody? Welcome to our upper body strength and mobility workout today. Now I've split this workout into even halves between our mobility Kinstretch training, much like last week's, and our upper body strength training into the back, the chest, the triceps, and the shoulders. Now our first half of the workout will be 7 minutes per side, focusing on shoulder adduction towards the midline, and this will be set for a 60-second interval timer with no specific rest between, but don't worry, I'll be guiding you through the whole thing. Now after we've gotten through our 2 mobility drills, that's when we're going to switch the timer into our 40 seconds work period with a 20-second rest, and for that we've got 4 circuits in total at 4 minutes each. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into our first warm-up position, working into the shoulder joints and trying to isolate the movement through them. So what I want you to do is take your hands out to the side and pull tension through the upper body, straightening the arms out. We're going to roll the shoulders back and down and lock the scapula in place, only moving through the shoulder joint. Now, as I start our timer, I'd like you to take a 4-second inhale through the nose for 3, for 2, for 1. As you release that breath through the mouth, we're gonna take our left arm towards the midline, fighting for adduction here, coming up and overhead into internal rotation at the top, keeping the arm nice and straight and the shoulders in place and all the way down. Trying to keep the same cadence throughout as we come up, external rotation at the top, and coming all the way forward towards the midline. Now the goal here is to try to fight for more rotation as you come up into that internal rotation with every rep that you perform, staying in a pain-free range of motion throughout. Now reverse that direction, external rotation at the top, keeping the shoulder down towards the midline and lower. We're going to take this one more time towards the midline, all the way up, internal rotation at the top, and all the way lower. Now coming back up overhead for one last rep, external rotation, and all the way down. Now hold the tension in your arms. We're coming over to the right side now, towards the midline, all the way up and overhead, internal rotation, and all the way lower. Coming back up and over, external rotation, focus on that breathing, controlling that motion, fighting for more range of motion as you lower, and fight for more adduction towards the center, internal rotation, all the way down, coming back up and over, external rotation. Keep that arm nice and straight for me. We've got one more rep here. Towards the midline, internal rotation, all the way lower, and last time up and around. Then we go into our first passive stretch hold. All the way down, and you can relax that tension. Now from here, I'd like you to take the hand you were not just working, we're going to bring it up in front of the shoulder, and from here we really want to lock the scapula in place so that we are isolating the shoulder joint. So rolling the shoulder blade back and down and locking that where it is. What I don't want to see as we bring our arm across is this, okay? So holding tension through the arm, straighten that out there. We're going to take it across the body as far as we can without compensation. Now once you've made it there, take the opposite hand and lightly place it behind the wrist as you relax the arm and try to pull it into a deeper range of motion, still keeping that scapula in place. Great job. Now from here we have another 1.5 minutes in our passive stretch hold. Then we go into our pails and rails contractions. So this is how we're going to apply directional input to the iso hold that we're in. So keep relaxing that arm and focus on your belly breathing. And if you can, try to take that arm a little bit closer in. Now in 1 minute, we're going into our pales and rails contraction. So on our pales contraction, we're going to tense our arm back up and press out against the blocking hand as if we were performing this motion here. Gradual build up, not 0 to 100. On the rails contraction, we've got a quick switch with that directional input. So we're going to take that blocking hand and place it on the opposite side as we drive down into the palm, trying to fight for more adduction. All right, so you've got 30 seconds. So picture doing this and this, but that motion isn't actually going to happen because you've got that blocking hand in place. Incredible job. Keep that arm relaxed, keep the scapula in place, keep fighting for a bit more range of motion, and get ready because in 10 seconds, we've got our first pales contraction. So take your 4-second inhale through the nose, tense that arm and straighten it. And in 2 and 1, I'd like you to start pressing tension out against that blocking hand. For 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, keep that tension in the arm, switch where the hand is. You're placing it in front of the wrist now and pushing in against that hand, light pressure against it. For 4, 3, you should feel this in the pectoral muscle. 2, on 1, hold tension in that arm as you move the blocking hand, try to take it into a more active range. Now press that hand against the back of your wrist, relax the arm, and pull yourself into an even deeper range of motion. Again, keeping the scapula in place. Tricky, right? Your arm starts to shake a little bit. We've got 1 more pales and rails contraction in 10 more seconds. So just relax right here for me. So as you go into that pales, you're gonna feel the stretch along the rear deltoid. And on our rails, we feel it in the pecs. All right, take a breath in for me. As you exhale, straighten and tense that arm. Now start pressing out against that blocking hand like you're trying to create an outward motion for 4, 3, slowly building up to your greatest and safest effort. On 1, take that hand and place it in front of the wrist, and again, still working against that hand. Try to take it as much as you can. Build that tension up for 4, 3, 2, on 1, you're going to hold that tension, bring that arm a little closer, place the hand on the opposite side, relax the arm, and bring it even closer. Great job. How did that feel? Okay, next up we've got our lift offs. So what we're going to do is hold tension in the arm. As we remove that hand, we've got 3 seconds holds for 5 times each, okay? So on 1, we're going to straighten that arm, hold that tension, remove your hand, fight for more adduction towards the midline. For 3, 2, 1, back on. Try to bring your arm a little closer, relax the arm, and bring it in further. All right, tense up, back off. For 3, for 2, for 1, back on, relax the arm, try to bring it in a little closer. Tense back up and off. For 3, for 2, for 1, back on, relax the arm, bring it closer. Hold that tension, back off. For 3, 2, 1, back on, relax, and bring that arm as close as you can without moving the scapula. And tense that arm. We've got 1 last hold. Now tense, back off, hold 5, 4, fight for more, 3, 2, on 1. When I tell you to bring that arm down, slowly, 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 slowly bring that arm back to the side, and you can bring that right arm up in front. Now again, locking the scapula in place, roll the shoulder back and down. Actively bring your arm as close as you can towards the midline, squeezing that pec muscle. And take your opposite side hand, placing it on the back of the wrist, and relax the arm as you bring it further into that range of motion. 1.5 minute hold here. Now I know you're gonna feel this a bit in the biceps as well as the pectoral muscles. So hold here, you've got another 1 minute and 20 seconds. I'm gonna grab some water while you hold. Keep that tension in the arms. Another 1 minute and 15 seconds. Focus on the breathing. The hard part is next, right? Scapula in place. This arm, I seem to have a much easier time bringing across the body than the left arm. probably because I am a lefty. So this one gets used a bit more, gets a little stiffer. All right, keep the scapula in place. Focusing on your breathing, 4-second inhale through the nose, 8-second exhale through the mouth. Gradual buildup in intensity as we press out against the blocking hand. As we bring it in, I want you to quick switch into that contraction. So your pales is your stretch, your rails is your contraction. 25 seconds. Get your mind right. Start thinking about what action is going to happen as you press against that hand. Keep the scapula in place. I want you to take a 4-second inhale through the nose. As you exhale, I want you to tense that arm up and start pressing out against the blocking hand. For 5, 4, slowly increase that intensity. 3, 2, on 1, place the hand on the opposite side and quick switch into your rails, pressing into the blocking hand, trying to fight for more adduction towards the midline. For 4, 3, keep fighting. 2, on 1, hold tension in the arm, remove that hand as you place it on the opposite side, fight for more adduction, and now place that hand and relax the working arm. Now try to pull yourself into a bit more range of motion, still keeping the scapula where it is. In 20 seconds, we've got our second round of pails and rails. Then we've got our lift-offs. Then we've got our mobility warm-up to cycle back to, and then we go into our strength training. All right, 4-second inhale through the nose. As you exhale, I want you to tense that arm. Now start pressing out against the blocking hand, fighting for abduction away from the body. For 4, fight through it. 3, 2, I want to see you shaking a bit. 1, and quick switch into your rails. Hold tension in that arm as you place the blocking hand on the opposite side and push in like you're trying to create more adduction, but that hand is blocking it. For 4, 3, 2, on 1, hold that tension. Try to fight for more adduction as you return to the other side. Relax the arm and try to bring yourself into even more passive range of motion. All right, we've got 15 seconds, then we go straight into our lift-offs. 5 reps. Get yourself ready. I know this one burns. In 3, 2, 1, I want you to relax the arm, bring it in a little further. Now tense and back that hand off. Hold 3, fight for more adduction towards you. 2, 1, back on, relax the arm deeper into that stretch. Now tense back up, release the arm for 3, 2, I want you exactly where you left it. 1, back on, relax the arm, a little bit deeper range. Hold that tension. Now release for 3, for 2, for 1, back on. Relax the arm, bring it in a little closer towards the midline. Keep the scapula in place. Now really tense that arm. We've got another hold. Release and hold. Fight for more adduction. For 5, 4, you're almost there. 3, 2, on 1, slowly, slowly, slowly allow that arm to fall to the side. Do not rush through this and relax it down. How's that? This is gonna be a little sore in the morning, okay? It does get tender. All right, from here we go back to our cars that we started with. So we're gonna take the arms out to the side. We can do double arm this time. And we're coming up overhead towards the midline, internal rotation at the top, and come all the way back and all the way down. Should be feeling a bit smoother. We've got 1 more minute to go, and then we go into our strength training. Towards the midline, come all the way up and over, internal rotation at the top, straighten the arms out, all the way down, coming back, external rotation, keep it nice and slow and controlled. Coming up and over towards the midline, internal rotation at the top, through the shoulder joint, keeping the scapula in place. Let's fight for more range of motion and come back up. External rotation at the top, towards the midline, all the way down. And now take those arms in front. We're gonna punch forward, elevate, retract back to press down. Punch forward, elevate, retract back to press down. This time it is through the shoulder blades. Retract back to press down. One more, punch forward, elevate, retract back to press down. Now reverse it. Retract back, elevate, punch forward as far as you can to press down. Retract back, come up, punch forward, back down. Two more. Back, up, to the front and down. Back, up, to the front, and slowly let those arms fall to the side. All right, everyone, so that is our mobility training and strengthening our load-bearing capacity in the shoulder joints, as well as shoulder adduction for range of motion. From here, we've got our weight training. So we get to switch our timer now to 40 seconds on with a 20-second rest between, and we are starting off with the shoulders, kind of working into progressive overload of what we just trained for. So I'd like you to grab a hold of your lighter weights, and I would recommend not going too heavy after we've done that mobility training. In the meantime, I'm gonna grab some water and get our timer set up, all right? So you have about 30 seconds. So we're starting with our light weights towards the front of the body, in front of the thighs with the palms facing down. The shoulders again are coming back and down, and we're starting simply with a front to side circle raise. Going in 4, you guys ready? In 3, in 2, and 1. All right, here we go. Weights are in front. Roll the shoulders away from the ears, coming up towards the front and circling out to the side, not allowing the weights to touch the thighs. Now we've got our higher energy, right? Coming up to shoulder level, to the side and down. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, of course, if you'd like to work a little bit further through the rest point, you're like, I can handle 50 seconds on and 10 seconds off today. By all means, go for it. But I did set us to 40 seconds on and 20 seconds rest because we are going to feel a bit taxed after those exercises. Last wrap up. Last to the side, and now we're going to bring those weights to the shoulder for our following exercise. From here, we've got a hammer press to a side raise. So the palms are facing in, we press up, elbows towards the waist, all the way down, and out to the side. In 4, 3, 2, on 1. If you're starting with me, start at the thighs, come to shoulder, press, back down, and out to the side. Smooth and controlled. Not allowing the weights to fall to the side. We're controlling every motion here. Ooh, yeah, I feel it. I feel it. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Slowly up, slowly lower to the shoulders and press. Let's get 2 more reps. Back is nice and straight. Last one, press, lower, give me 1 more side raise, and all the way down. Okay, great. So now we are actually going to work on our internal rotation, which will also include adduction. So 1 weight only. We've got 2 bilateral moves followed by 2 unilateral moves for this. Weight is going to come to the side at a 30-degree angle, and we press up into our overhead press, back to shoulder level, palm faces the forehead, and back out. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you weren't already feeling it in the pectoral, now you will. Press, lower, to the front, to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you can, try to smooth it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great job. Let's do 3 more. 2 more. Burn that timer out. Back to the center and bring that weight to the shoulder and back down. Over to the other side. Then we'll be working into the back muscles. The first 2 exercises will be with those lighter weights and the following 2 with the heavier if you'd like. And then we've got chest and triceps to finish off, okay? All right, let's bring that weight up to shoulder level, the elbow in line with the shoulder, I mean. Overhead press, lower, palm to face the forehead, back out. Try to keep it nice and smooth. And I like to keep about a 30-degree angle with my elbow towards the front here. Straight out to the side, you're not effectively working the anterior deltoid muscle as best you could. So to optimize that, we're gonna hold that 30-degree angle as we come back down to shoulder level. 4 more. 3 more. Last 2. Last one to shoulder level and all the way lower. All right, back to both of our weights. This time we're going into our hinge position. So the upper body hinges forward, slight bend in the knees here. The palms are facing in, and we're going to come up to shoulder level and all the way lower, trying to keep the weights from hitting the knees, all right? So you don't want to come all the way in, like it'll hold some tension there. So come up to shoulder level and slowly lower to the outside of your legs is what I was trying to say. Words are hard. All right, all the way down and all the way up. Squeezing the shoulder blades at the top. Focusing on the end goal here because we are almost to the end already. Lift up and slowly lower for 4, for 3, for 2, last one to shoulder level and back down, and you can relax for those 20 seconds. Now from here, we're actually going back to that position, but this time into our rear delt fly. So we're gonna have the palms facing towards the feet now, and we're coming again up to shoulder level, leading with the elbows, and slow to lower. A slight pause at the top will do you good. All right, so keep those shoulders away from the ears, come out to the sides, and slowly lower. Slowly lower. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Core is tight, back is straight. Straight out to the sides here. Should be feeling things light up pretty well by now. Another 4 and 3, 2. Come on, let's get one more in there and lower the weights down. Okay, we're going into a lunge stance row now. I am going to use my heavier weight for this. I'm actually trying out a new adjustable set, so this should be fun. All right, so the right leg forward, the left leg back, facing the foot externally rotated away from you. We're gonna lean down on that front leg, rowing up towards the waist and all the way down. Up towards the waist, all the way down. You can allow a stretch to happen at the bottom, still guiding that dumbbell towards the floor, not allowing it to just drop. Squeeze up, lower, 3, 4. Up, lower, 3, 4. And if you want, you could even have a weight at your side and use that for support if that's helpful for you. Another 3 and 2. Last one, and lower that weight to the floor. All right, over to that other side. So yeah, these were sent to me by Flybird Fitness, and they sent me an adjustable dumbbell set that also doubles as a kettlebell and a barbell. Pretty cool stuff. So that left leg is forward now. The right leg is towards the back with the foot externally rotated away from you. Leaning down on that front thigh, row up, slowly lower, allowing a stretch to happen at the shoulder as you come towards the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nothing jerky here. We're smoothing out those motions, showing the weights who's boss. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 to the floor. After this, get ready to come down to the mat for our chest presses. Last row, last lower, and you can come on down into our wide chest press position with the palms facing the feet. So I'd like the elbows to stay nice and wide. Going in 8 seconds, feet are in a neutral position on the mat. I'm gonna find a safe space for my timer here. There is none. All right, take it away. We come out to the sides and all the way up, keeping a slight bend in the elbows at the top and not allowing your shoulder blades to leave the mat. We're working through the pectoral muscles now, which might already feel a bit fatigued. And up, slow to lower, quick to press. Inhale on the way down, exhale as you come up. For 3, for 2, last 1, and bring those palms to face each other and the elbows come down towards the waist. All right, we're going into a neutral press now. So same thing as we just did with those 90-degree angles, but this time the palms are facing each other, coming out to the side with the elbows wide and pressing back up overhead. In 4, 3, 2, and 1 to the sides. Coming about a ½ an inch away from the mat, if not less, and all the way up. Now, if it's more comfortable, you can angle this one a bit, but I'll leave that up to you. Do what works best for your body. Still focusing on the pectoral muscle along the bra line. To the side, gently lower, and back up. Another 4, and 3, and 2. I like these. They look kind of batty. Last 1, and bring those weights down towards the waist. All right, you can drop one of those weights off to the side, and by drop, I mean lightly place it on the floor. Please do not drop your weights, that can be dangerous. We're gonna take our non-working arm out to the side, away from us, with the palm facing down towards the mat. This is used for support as we come into a wide chest press on one side only. Lower down and press back up. Again, keeping the shoulder blade on the mat as you lift towards the air. And press. 1, 2, 3, and press. I want you to let me know in the comments, by the way, at the end of this, which arm is your stronger arm and which one was your more mobile arm. Because for me, the left arm is stronger, but my right arm is less mobile. All the way down and press. I take that back, sorry, my left arm is stronger, but it's also less mobile. My right arm is the more mobile arm. Last press, and bring the palm to face in before you bring the weight down towards the waist, and we go over to that other side. All right, 1 more for chest, then we've got 4 exercises for triceps, and then we're calling it a day. All right, 6 seconds to go. Come back into your position. I want you ready to feel super strong and super powerful. Hand out to the side, coming down into that wide chest press, and up. And also, how are you guys liking the mobility trainings? Because I have found that for a long time I felt like maybe they were a waste of time. You know, I'm like, oh, this is gonna take me more time to do. But in reality, when you do practice these things, your strength training is just gonna be that much better. It's gonna actually save you time in the long run. Something I've learned through the past year, okay? Coming all the way down, 8 years of experience, and I still don't know it all. 1 more press for me. I'm rambling. All the way up, palm in first, down towards the waist, and lower. Okay, we're gonna go back to those lighter weights now. I would highly recommend, so you don't fatigue your elbows here. Pretty important. And we're going into our triceps exercise now. So you can actually grab a hold of 1 weight only. And from here, we're gonna have that palm facing the feet. If you want, you can hold the upper arm stationary. We're coming across to the opposite side shoulder into a tape press and raise. It's 1, 2, 3, and up. 1, 2, 3, and up. Now, if you only come out 3/4 of the way, this will increase the tension on your triceps. The back of the arm here is where you want to work through. Flexing and extending through the elbow, but working into the triceps. 1, 2, 3, and press. And the benefit to the mobility training is also that we're strengthening our joints, which is not what we're doing when we're working prime muscles, prime movers. Last one up, palm facing in, come down towards the waist and over to that other side. So we can start off in that extension, the shoulder down away from the ear, and going in 8 seconds. So as I was saying, the mobility training is strengthening the tissue within the joints, strengthening the joints for a better load bearing capacity, which if we don't do that, coming down towards the opposite side shoulder and back up, if we don't do that, then our strength training is going to struggle, okay? So we do want to work on both things. And press. 1, 2, 3, and press. Keeping that straight line between your elbow and the shoulder and up towards the ceiling. We've got 2 more exercises to go after this. Keep facing straight ahead. Feel that triceps burning. And press. 1, 2, 3, and press. It's always towards the last 10 minutes of the workout. I'm a rambler. Last time, come up, palm facing in and towards the waist. Okay, we can come into kneeling or standing, whichever you prefer. I'll be in kneeling here just for the sake of camera space here, but of course you may stand if you'd like. We're starting on the opposite side of what you were just working, bringing that weight overhead and coming a little bit below the hairline as we come up into a triceps press single arm. Try to keep that elbow facing forward as best you can and the weight staying close to the back of the body. And press. 1, 2, 3, and press. Core tight. And press. And press. By the way, it's 10 at night. I've been filming later at night lately because I've just been enjoying that energy a bit more. Feels a little more relaxed, like I'm not trying to get through the whole day after filming and editing and uploading, and you do something so often for so long that it just becomes, how do I switch this up? So that is what I've been doing. Last one, press up towards the shoulder and back down. So I did feel that I was losing some of my motivation in the morning, which really wasn't liking that habit for myself. So sometimes you do have to switch things up just to keep yourself motivated, which is exactly why I did that. So we're gonna go over to the other side in 5 seconds. Let's go ahead and get a nice straight back, tall spine, lift that weight overhead, and come behind the hairline and press, keeping the elbow forward as best you can. 1, 2, 3, and press. 1, 2, 3, and press. And press. So as I was saying, the reason we want to use a little bit of a lighter weight than we normally would today is after mobility training, we are fatiguing things a bit. We're still working them. It's still strengthening and strength exercises, just a different form of it. Last 3, last 2, last 1. Bring that weight down to the shoulder and lower it down. Okay, so if you'd like for your cool down, you can also revisit the controlled articular rotations we did from the beginning. You could do that single or double arm. And then before we go, I did want to give a shout out to Flybird Fitness because they did send me these, so they do deserve a video from me. And that is why I wanted to use these today and also see how they worked out in the video. So these are the dumbbells that they sent to me. This was a 50-pound set, so you could do 25 pounds per side. The cool thing about these that I really thought was like super nifty, to be honest, was that I could turn it into a kettlebell. I've never seen this before. I actually started Googling it after, and apparently it is a thing, but this is the first time I was sent one or had actually seen one. So yeah, so you can make a kettlebell out of the dumbbells, out of the plates, and you can also make, and I've been having fun with this one, you've probably seen my Instagram stories, I've been loving the barbell setup. I don't have it set up like this today, but let me know in the comments if you guys want to do a barbell workout because I can definitely make that happen, okay? And any suggestions for workouts that you do want to see or things that you want to work on for mobility because I am training in that, so I mean, take advantage of it, all right? Like the video for me, subscribe to the channel if you didn't yet, and I'll see you for our next one. Congratulations everyone on getting through week 2 of our February mobility calendar. Don't forget that you can find this guide in the links below the video where I've given you 5 workouts a week to complete, and I'll be uploading a new strength and mobility focused workout for you every week this month. It's only week 2 and it's never too late to get started. Now, if you did make it all the way through today's routine, be sure to smash that thumbs up button for me, subscribe to the channel for a new workout every week, and stay tuned for next week's new lower body strength and mobility workout. Within next week's routine, we'll be focusing on our hip flexion as well as glute and hamstring strength, and I can't wait to share it with you. All right, everyone, have an amazing day, and I'll see you for the next workout.